Question number 21. Here they have given one CSV files with a logged column. That column have date and time with the given format. Let's see this sample data in Power Query Editor. Okay, this is the sample data I have created. Now what they are asking, they want to analyze this by date and built-in date hierarchy. Okay, let's see how to do that. For that, first we need to extract date from this column. So go to add column, columns from example, from the selected column, from selection. Now type, just we don't need the entire value, we need only the date value. So type that. Now remaining automatically will created. Click OK. Now you can rename this to date. Okay, logged date. Now you can see this data type is text. Now change this data type to date. Now it's ready. When the data type is date, built-in hierarchy will be created, and now we can analyze this by date. Okay, let's see which option is exactly matching. Option A. Okay, create a column by example that start with the date and set the data type to date. So this will help us to analyze by logged date and built-in date hierarchy. Why other options are not work? Option B will give you only the date, so we can analyze by logged date but not by built-in date hierarchy. So option B will not help. Option C, when you are extracting the last 11 characters, you will get only the value other than the date value. But actually we need the logged date. So option C will not suitable. Option D only give you the year 2018. We don't need year. Okay. We need the entire date value. So option D also not work. Option A is correct. Question number 22. Here they have given one table called employees with the given column names. Okay, they want to implement row level security. What's the requirement? Requirement is that user must see their only own employee data, which DAX expression will help us. Okay, A and B will using minus sign, so that will not work. C and D, you can see user name function. Another one is user principal name function. User principal name function will help us to identify the users and match them with their email address. Okay, so option D will work. Let's see this in Power BI desktop. In Power Query Editor, I have a sample data. Okay, say employee name, email address, job title. What they're asking, for example, if the user is Bob Smith, then the user must see only the second row data. First and third row will not visible to him. This is the requirement. Let's go to Power BI desktop, modeling, manage rows, create a new role. Let's name it as employee security. Now we are using this role to the employees job table. Okay, switch to DAX editor. Here, what's the DAX expression? Email address equal to user principal name. Here it shows in suggestion. Just try to save this. Employees security. Okay, our role. Okay, now view as employee security is our role we have created. Just we are viewing as other user. For example, Bob Smith at corp.com. Okay, this is the user. Try to viewing this. You can see here now viewing as employee security Bob Smith at corp. Only one row data, Bob's data is visible. Now try to stop viewing, all the three data will be visible. So Now the formula, which one is worked? Option D, user principal name. Question number 23. Here they have given one screenshot. You can see here three columns are there. In the discount column have some error values. What they are asking, they need to perform three actions so that the discount column is replaced with the value of 0.05. Okay, this is the condition. Let's see how can we achieve this. In Power Query Editor, sample data which is given in the screenshot I have created. First you can see error values are displayed. To replace this error with 0.05, select this discount column. Okay, right click. Okay, replace errors. Now type the value which you want to replace. In question you can see replace error with 0.05. Okay, I am changing to 0.05. Now you can see the data type is different. Now try to change this to decimal number. Okay, now everything is perfect. In options you can see what are all the correct order. First we are selecting the discount column. Okay, second one, select the price column. No, this will not needed, we are working with the discount column only. Next one, change the data type to decimal. Yes, that one we are doing in the last step. Whole number will not work because 0.05 is decimal. So fourth option eliminated. Select the replace errors to replace each error value with 0.5. Yeah, that's the second step. So this is the correct order. Question number 24. Here they have one sample table employee with employee ID and parent ID. Let's create this in a diagrammatic way. CEO is the top level, so it's in top 0 level. Okay, and the ID is David 100. For example, let's take Sunil 105. Have the parent ID 103. 103 Conrad have parent ID 101. 101 Simon have parent ID 100. All are have in the top level CEO. Okay, this is the diagrammatic representation. What they needed, they need one calculated column. Okay, in calculated column, what we need to calculate the count of levels. Okay, for example, 105. How many levels it have from top level CEO? Okay, leads to CEO. Let's count 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, this is what they need to be present in the calculated column. For this, which DAX expression will help? As usual, from the name itself, count of levels, we can predict path length will give the required answer. So option A is correct. Let's see this in the Power BI desktop. I have created sample data with employee ID, name and parent ID. To understand this question, first try to understand the path. Okay, how the path will be created. Path requires two arguments. First one is employee ID and second one is parent employee ID. From employee ID to parent employee ID, we are creating the path. Okay, so the path will return you the actual path values from 1 to. For example, Sunil, from value Sunil 105, how it reaches to CEO through 103, 101 and 100. Okay, this is the path values for all employees. Next one, path contains. Path contains will help you to check whether the particular employee ID is present in that path or not. For example, you want to predict Priyish is leads to CEO through David or not, through Simon or not. Like that you want to predict. For that you can use path contains. What's the formula? It requires two arguments. First one, you need to pass the path value. Already we have seen, we created one path formula that I have given here for your understanding. Instead of the whole formula, you can just replace it with some variable name and try to use that variable itself. That will also work. Okay. Second argument is which value you want to check. I need to check that Simon is included in which employee's path. So I give 101 Simon employee ID. Okay. Now the path contains will return you true or false. If it's true, the Simon is included in that path. For example, Conrad have path with Simon. Likewise, for Sunil and Priyesh have path including that contains Simon. Okay, to predict that we are using path contains. Next one, path item. Okay, path item requires three arguments. What it will return? It will return the which item is on that level. For example, first argument is path. That path, whole path we are already created now, that one we are giving. Second one, the value in which path. For example, position, first one, second one, like that position you need to give here. For all employees I need value, so I just give path length as a argument. And next one, which data type, that one integer, that I am giving here. Okay, what it simply does, for example, path length for pre-ish is 4. Okay, now path item is 104. Fourth position in the path 104 is present. That's what it's saying here. Okay, simply path item will help you to identify which item is present in the given position. Okay, I am giving the position as path length, so giving position as 3 means third position, which item is there, 106. Likewise, in second position 101 is there. Okay, if you replace any values like a fifth position, third position, one position, like that you can calculate here. And next one, path length. Path length will give you the how many items are included in that path. For example, easily you can see here 2 items are in the path. So option answer is 2. Here 3 items in the path, 4 items in the path. So path length will give you the count. That's why answer is path length. Question number 25. Here they have given one data extract that includes free text field name call1. Okay. I have a sample data with call1, USA, UK, Japan and Brazil. Now what they are asking, they want to analyze the frequency distribution of string lengths. Okay. In call1, this column, they want to analyze frequency distribution of string length. Okay. The note, it must not affect the size of model. Let's see how to do that. Go to Power Query Editor, select that column, view, column profile. Here value distribution given as a value. Okay, the frequency distribute, this is the frequency distribution. It gives us a value. Now we want to group by text length. That's what they mentioned. They need it in a frequency distribution of string lengths. Initially frequency distribution was by values. Now it's string length, text length. Now you can see 2, 3, 5, 6. It's shorted. 2 is for UK, 3 for USA, 5 for Japan, 6 for Brazil. Okay. Now which option will most suitable for this? Going to Power Query Editor, change the change the distribution for column profile to group by for call1. So option D is correct. Why option A, B, C are wrong? Option A, DAX calculated column, it will work but it will increase the size, but note here it will not affect the size of the model. So option A wrong. B, adding DAX function calculate average length, that will also wrong. And option C, adding a column calculate length of column. Adding a column always increase the size, so here the solution will not affect the size. So option D is correct.